Bob, what about no one really claims to be an expert in North Korea. Very few people have visited there, including yourself. But, I mean, the South Koreans are actually arguing in a more conciliatory tone. Their capital, his city, is quite vulnerable.
Let me take a dovish position, a relatively dovish position. Have we decided that if they have a single nuclear bomb that we are going to attack them militarily? We haven't, and it would be suicidal. So I really think you have to put pressure on them. Private pressure would be better, and I really think that if, with the Clinton administration in a confrontational position with China and Japan, whose help we need, I think this is much more important, this danger of a nuclear proliferation in Northeast Asia. I think we ought to get right with Beijing and Tokyo and try to do this behind the scenes.
Dick, what about China's veto in the Security Council?
Bob's absolutely right, and you will not have an effective sanction regime without China and Japan, and so far China gives no indication at all of being willing to participate in sanctions.
But you're talking about 35 or 40 bombs, the capacity?
The estimate is that later on in this decade, once that 800-megawatt reactor is functioning, it'll produce enough plutonium.
Which is intolerable.
Which could be used. That's right. Over time, it's not just a question of one nuke. It's a question of them acquiring a very significant...
But we can't do a preemptive strike.
And I would not argue for military action at this point, other than to reconfirm our commitment.
Unless they shut down that reactor again, then you may have to seriously consider it, because then they really are accelerating.
Yeah, but the military option, Bob's right, is not an attractive one.
No, it sure is not. But I just, Dick, I agree with everything you said. I'm just not sure that that regime's going to be there in 6 or 7 years.
Maybe we can.
They're very, very isolated.
Okay. Al Hunt, you've got the last word. Better you than Novak. Dick Cheney, thanks very much for being with us on the Capital Gang. Good to have you here.
Dave Baldwin may not own a yacht, but like you, he makes sure the kids get new clothes when they need them. These are the basics, and now you can get something back just by the way you pay for them. The new GE Rewards MasterCard. With it, you can earn $10 checks good at places like Macy's and Kmart, and hundreds more in savings certificates. For your GE Rewards MasterCard, just call 1-800-GE-REWARD.
With ordinary cat litter, odor can linger, but Scoop Away controls odor better and lasts up to 3 times longer. It absorbs liquid waste into solid clumps. Remove them, and you remove the source of the odor. No need to change your litter box. Just change your litter brand to Scoop Away.
In business, a lot can happen. If you want to keep up every week, you have a choice. Not Forbes, not Fortune. You can read Business Week, or you can read a week of the Wall Street Journal. Either way, you'll find out all you need to know. The question is, how much time are you willing to spend in the process? Business Week is designed for busy people. One look at the cover and you'll know exactly where to turn inside. A quick scan of the contents page and you'll have all the events of the week that interest you.
Now is the time to subscribe to Business Week, because right now you could get 28 issues of Business Week for the low rate of $25.95, a savings of more than 66% off the cover price. And with your paid subscription, we'll send you this compact cordless data bank free. Here's how to subscribe.
Call 1-800-454-6800 today to receive 28 issues of Business Week for only $25.95. That's 1-800-454-6800.
Did Tonya Harding get off easy? Find out why the alleged hitman and getaway drivers say yes and say they're getting a bum rap. Monday Night Larry King Live, 9 Eastern on CNN.
And now for the outrage of the week. Yes, Schindler's List is a great movie, but some of those other Academy Awards were an outrage. Okay, Tommy Lee Jones was good in The Fugitive, and his Harvard roommate was VP Al Gore, whose wild parties must have kept Jones up till dawn. But the real outrage was the part Holly Hunter played in The Piano. A selfish, self-absorbed woman who could talk and simply refused to, forcing her 9-year-old daughter to be her interpreter. To call The Piano a chick flick, as some have, is a libel on all women. Bob.
Surgeon General Joycelyn Elders is at it again, sniping at religious leaders' views of human sexuality. This week, Cardinal Hickey of Washington wrote the president accusing Dr. Elders of putting homosexual unions on a par with marriage and condoning homosexual behavior among young people. The Cardinal asked the president to disavow his Surgeon General's remarks. Don't hold your breath waiting for a White House response.
Margaret.
The U.S. Senate race in Virginia is already a mess. Senator Robb distinguishes between various forms of sex to claim he has not been unfaithful to his wife. Ollie North is so dissembling he ticked off the unprovocable Ronald Reagan. Now former Governor Doug Wilder threatens to run, saying, quote, "I owe it to the state." A decent governor, Wilder dropped in and out of the Senate race last time. And has become ever less predictable. Governor, you don't owe Virginia a thing. Thanks anyway.
Well, Mark, I've had more than a few criticisms of Bob Dole, something I share with Bob Novak. I may even have some more in the future. But at the Oscar Awards this week, Whoopi Goldberg said this about the Kansas Republican, quote, "Lorena Bobbitt, please meet Bob Dole," end quote. Ms. Goldberg should be reminded that not only is this in poor taste, but Senator Dole, with candor and courage, has fought back from prostate cancer.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
What is a chick flick?
A chick flick, when you criticize the piano, which a lot of us did, the movie, you were told, no, you didn't understand it because you were a man. It was a chick flick that only women were sensitive, vulnerable, perceptive. Yeah. Is that true?
Yeah, a chick flick is 3 Kleenexes, I think. No, I agree with you. I don't think
Wouldn't you say that all the movies,
That's it.
that the movie industry in general is an outrage?
No, I wouldn't say the movie industry is an outrage. I'd say television's an outrage unless we get out of here. And this is Mark Shields saying good night for the Capital Game.
For a transcript, send $5 to Journal Graphics, 1535 Grand Street, Denver, Colorado, 80203.
Hi, I'm Joe Oliver at CNN Center in Atlanta. CNN Sports Saturday is up next. Here's Vince Cellini with a preview.
Thank you, Joe. Coming up on Sports Saturday, we are a quarter home to the Final Four. We'll give you the West Regional Final winner between Arizona and Missouri. Also, Magic Johnson's first day on the job as the head coach of the LA Lakers. We have golf and Division II championship basketball as well. Join Paul Crane and me. We're coming up next.
Sunday, gambling fever has struck, but the Wheel of Fortune could spin out of control. The winners and losers in a high-stakes gamble. CNN presents Sunday.
Badger Motor Sales in Walla Walla is your Chevrolet, Cadillac, Oldsmobile, and Toyota dealer. We can beat anybody's deal on new Chevy pickups, Cadillacs, Oldsmobiles, or Toyotas, and we do it every day. Take a look at our used car selection. Over $1 million of late model Cadillacs, Lincolns, Chevys, and Toyotas. Attention out-of-town buyers. If we can't beat your best written deal, we'll pay for your gas to come to Walla Walla and find out. Remember, when you're looking for a car or truck, a Badger Motor Sales, Eastgate, Walla Walla.
Coming in March, a TBS original production.
I like cats.
I love dogs.
Cats are lovely.
When they want to be. Dogs are friendlier.
Yeah, but they don't leave you alone. Cats are smarter.
No, dogs are.
Cats.
Dogs.
Cats and dogs. It's all about people.
On the other hand, I love dog owners.
Rough.
Coming March 28th on TBS.
This is CNN.
Okay.
This is a presentation of CNN Sports.
CNN Sports Saturday is a ticket to the Final Four. From the West Regional, Missouri raising Arizona. And Pro Hoop is the Magic Act now playing at the Great Western Forum. And Jimmy Johnson fires back at the boss.
I did have a phone call to Jerry here a few days ago. It was not a positive phone call.
The Players' Championship features a touching moment between man and shark, and no rest for the weary at the Dinah Shore Classic. Plus, Chris crosses the visiting Flyers again. Please read all warning signs as CNN assumes no liability.
All right. Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Paul Crane.
And I'm Vince Cellini, and we begin with college basketball and the West Regional. Two teams with not exactly glorious tournaments past, but one of them advances to the Final Four.
Both did well this tournament. One did better. Missouri was good enough to earn the top seed in the West region, and the Tigers had hoped to be good enough to get Coach Norm Stewart his first ever Final Four appearance in 27 years at Mizzou. But second-seeded Arizona had other plans, along with what could be the best backcourt in the country. And today, Damon Stoudemire and Khalid Reeves were good enough to make Arizona the first team to book a flight for Charlotte, as seen on CBS earlier today. And it was Stoudemire who came out on fire, hit his first 4 three-pointers, scored 27 in the game, and Arizona was looking good. So was Khalid Reeves. Defense at the other end, and he'll take it the distance himself. Arizona's lead would climb to 9 in a hurry. Wildcats have a third guard in that backcourt. His name is Reggie Geary, and Geary's the one who hits the open Corey Williams underneath, who gets the basket and the foul. Arizona still looking good. Reeves called a slasher, and he slashes his way to the basket here. 26 points to complement Stoudemire. Arizona's lead would climb to double digits, and it would stay there in garbage time. Between the legs, Dylan rigged into Jarvis Kelly. It was all fun for the Wildcats, none for the Tigers. 92-72 when all was said and done. In Arizona's three-guard set, Geary deserves the attention as well. He scored 14 as the Wildcats have wiped clean the first-round exits the past 2 years. They packed their bags for the Final Four thanks to that great guard tandem of Damon Stoudemire and Khalid Reeves.
The ability of these two guys to control the game,